Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and I'm not sure why, but for some reason, I'd woken up today in the cold thanks to this nice, cool fall weather, which I am enjoying, and I hope many people who are watching are enjoying us going into the fall and really getting that nice, crispy, spooky weather, I suppose. But for some reason, I had woken up and I kind of remembered this story, and occasionally I like to tell some stories that are kind of just random and maybe a little bit personal here on the channel as well, too. Kind of like I'm just having a conversation with you. Sometimes it could be a rant of some kind. It could be just talking about something I've been working on, but this time around, I'm actually going to be talking about Twitch. Now, I just want to say... there's nothing leading me to get to this story. Like, it's not like there's been anything in the news about Twitch, and I'm, like, honestly saying that, because I understand sometimes if there's, like, a lot of bad publicity against, like, a site or a service or what have you, there's gonna be a lot of people sharing their stories. This is nothing like that in regards to this. For some reason, I just randomly remembered this, and I thought it'd be kind of a funny thing to share. I also really don't have anything against Twitch in this regard here. I do have a Twitch account. I really don't use it, so, like, no reverse psychology here. You don't need to follow me on Twitch. I don't use it. I'm not really a streamer. I mostly just do the video and podcast thing. That's what I do. I streamed for several years. It's just not my thing. So that's why. Either way, I will say at the beginning here, hey, this is my fault. This was me not understanding what was going on. And it's slightly Twitch's fault. Just slightly, but we'll get into that here. So either way, this goes all the way back to 2013. At the time I was in my first apartment, I was in college, I had just switched my majors and all that fun stuff, and I was having a good time overall, except this time around, I ended up getting sick. It was February of 2013. I ended up getting sick around that time, so I was still going around to my classes and doing all that because, hey, look, if anyone's gonna shame me about this, like, this is 2013. This is just what we did, okay? I actually went to my classes, I did all that, as did a bunch of other sick people as well, too. This wasn't like 2020 or 2021, where, hey, if you sneezed or coughed a certain way, people would look at you funny. Like, no, it's just, there was situations like this going on.
This material and made it factually better in every feasible way. The graphics and sound are like that of an Unreal Engine 5 game. The voice acting is like nothing you've ever heard. Really, I've never heard it. And of course,
Okay,
who could
that's
forget the penguin?
gross.
Who else made a mascot out of a penguin? Question, Brandon? Yes, but that's hockey, Brandon.
And you know how that person who totally was not me was coughing? Yeah, then typically I would be coughing like that within a few days because germs end up spreading everywhere, and then I'm sure I spread it as well too. Look, when I was in college initially, when I started, I was getting sick so often just because there were so many people there all the time. All these new germs all over the place. Also, there was people there who did not wash their hands after using the bathroom, and it was like consistent the whole time I was in college. It's just this is something you learn in like preschool, kindergarten, and it blows my mind. Anyways, getting on to this here. So around this time I was sick, but something did make me feel a little bit better. This game, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, was coming out. And something new in the Metal Gear Solid series, technically, actually, never mind, not even Metal Gear Solid, this is Metal Gear Rising, but something new in the Rising series. And by the way, a little disappointing that we never got, like, you know, any other Rising content. That's kind of disappointing. But either way, this game was coming out. It seemed interesting. I didn't know all too much about it, but it was a new Metal Gear game, so I did want to try it out. I was excited to give it a shot. And the cool thing was, I was able to get a copy of it early thanks to a friend of mine. So I ended up picking a Xbox 360 copy of it. I was able to get it a few days early, thankfully. And then I started playing a bit of it. I remember it was either Wednesday or Thursday that I got it. I don't remember which exact day, but I do know this. On Thursday, I was sitting down, playing it, enjoying it, and for whatever reason, I don't know why. I can't tell you why I had this thought, but I said, I'm going to stream this. This seems like a fun game to stream. I don't know why, but this seems like a fun game to stream. So the way I had it set up was I had like my main TV set up kind of back there, I guess, except a bigger TV. I had a capture card hooked up to it. I was running a long wire over to my main desktop, but I didn't use that. I actually ended up grabbing my laptop that I had. I kind of set it up on the side, hooked up the capture card to that. I think I used XSplit. I used the free version of XSplit because I didn't, pay for the premium version on there. But I just used the free version of XSplit, spent like 5 minutes, setting up everything to stream onto Twitch, and then I hit stream and I started going. And it was a very basic stream. It was just a direct capture from my HD PVR I had at the time. So the big box that you ended up hooking component cables to and everything. I had the HD PVR for this. I just ended up streaming in like 720p, I'm pretty sure, over to Twitch, or maybe it was less than that. Because I think XSplit, like the free version, there were certain things that you couldn't do, so maybe it was even 480p. Either way, I remember it looked good enough at the time, and I was just streaming it from my laptop on there. Did not have a microphone, didn't have any commentary going. It was just me directly playing the game. And at first, I was getting, a few viewers, tens of viewers, and then like after maybe like an hour of playing, I remember I got hundreds of viewers, like hundreds, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, okay, cool. And it was obviously people there who were wanting to see early gameplay footage of this, and because the game was short enough, even like that night on stream, I finished most of the game. I'd say I'd finished like 80-85% of the game on stream, but any interaction that I had, it was even just me chatting with the audience. Typically, I would play a level, then when I would finish up the level, I would show the achievements I got, and then I would chat with them for like a minute or two, and then continue on. So I was even taking questions in there, I was getting requests to do certain things and all that, so that was really cool. I also had some friends drop by the stream as well, too, and they're just like, yo, you're streaming, like, this is awesome. I'm like, yeah, there's a few hundred people, this is awesome, I'm not sure what's going on, but this is pretty cool. So just like, for like, one of my first, if not like the first Twitch stream I was doing, like, you're kind of riding a high right there. That was pretty cool. But either way, I ended up finishing out the night because I was sick again, so I was kind of low energy. That's also partially why I wasn't talking with the microphone, and also I had to get some sleep. So I remember I was taking some more questions from the audience in chat, and then they were just like, hey, before, if you're gonna stop, that's fine, but can you at least hit like the continue button so we could see the next scene, like the next cutscene? I said, sure. So we played out the next cutscene. I remember people were excited because they thought that cutscene was going to have the character Sunny in it, and unfortunately that was not the one that had it. But then I said, hey, I gave you all that last cutscene, I need to go to bed. I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow if you want to drop by in the afternoon or evening or whatever. So I stopped streaming, I went to bed, no issues on that. The next day, I ended up going to class, doing my own thing, finished up my Friday classes, and I remember specifically, like, a friend and I were talking about what we were going to do that weekend. I was like, yeah, I'm still kind of trying to get over whatever sickness this is here, but I'm probably going to be streaming some more Metal Gear Rising, because I streamed that last night, had a bunch of people on stream for whatever reason. He's like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. So I remember I went home, got the same setup going on, and then I ended up, firing up the stream. And this time around, I did not have hundreds of people on the stream. I had maybe, a handful of people at most, maybe 20 people at most. But I was streaming for about 45 minutes or an hour, and then all of a sudden, a Twitch administrator shows up. And they said something along the lines of, hey, you're playing this game. You're playing a pre-release game right now. You're playing this game before it has officially launched. Please shut down your stream or else we're going to permanently ban your channel. And I complied. I was like, okay, I didn't know that was an issue. I am so sorry about that. And then I told the chat, I was like, hey, because of this admin here, because of what's going on, I do have to stop this stream. And the admin, like, all the people are like, oh, that's disappointing, but understandable. And the admin even said, hey, we appreciate you complying. But I remember this was funny, and this will come into play in a little bit. They said something along the lines of, yeah, sorry about it. Like, thank you for understanding our rules. You can't stream this game right now because it hasn't officially launched. But when the game officially launches, you're more than welcome to come back to Twitch and stream the game. So I said, all right, awesome. Thank you. I, shut down the stream. Appreciate you letting me know. They said, okay, thank you for shutting down the stream. So that was about the end of it. And I remember I was talking with one of my friends personally who was, an audience member in the chat. And they were even like, man, that's kind of disappointing. Like, you were getting close to the end of the game, and I was actually kind of invested. I wanted to see what was going on. But either way, I finished up the game. I only had like 30 minutes after that. So I finished up myself off stream, enjoyed it, was just busy being sick over the weekend, I guess. I don't remember the rest of that weekend. Then I remember Tuesday is when the game came out. So that Tuesday it ended up releasing, right? And I end up getting a notice from Twitch that said, and before I get into this, it's also, I am mostly a YouTube person, and I do know that YouTube and Twitch use different terminology for things. So I believe Twitch said I was banned for 24 hours, but they used the word banned. Now, to me, I have a little bit of a different definition. I more go with the YouTube definition of it, where like when your channel is banned, it's like your channel is taken down, it's gone, like it's just poof. Like you can't do anything on there. As opposed to Twitch, where they seem to use like ban for really like a 24-hour suspension. That's what I would call it. They'd use it for like a 24-hour suspension, a 1-week suspension, or even like a permanent suspension on there. But either way, I'm going to say suspension for the rest of this video. So I got a 24-hour suspension. And I got it because they said I had streamed Metal Gear Rising Revengeance early. I was like, okay, it's, I did do that. I am going to cop to it. I did do that. But the funny thing is, the game officially launched today. So I didn't get impacted on Thursday. It was odd because on Thursday, it had hundreds of viewers, no issue. On Friday, I had like 10 or 15 viewers, and an admin came in and told me to shut down the stream. And then Saturday rolls around, Sunday rolls around, Monday rolls around, Tuesday, when the game officially comes out. By the way, when that admin said, hey, when the game officially launches, you're more than welcome to come back to Twitch and stream it, I guess what happened was, nope, everyone, I got to stream the game early, everyone else now gets a chance, so you got to get banned for 24 hours or suspended. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever, it's 24 hours, it's fine. So I waited, and I remember the next day, I went on a Twitch, and I think I was just going to try and stream it again. And I couldn't stream. I still had the suspension notice on my channel, and I couldn't stream the game. So I said, okay, that's weird. It's definitely been over 24 hours. I'll wait a little bit more. So throughout the week, I checked in on it, and then it was a week later. So it was the next Tuesday. An entire week had rolled by. At this point, I actually ended up contacting Twitch support because I'm like, hey, my 24-hour suspension has gone on for 24 times 7 hours, so what do we do from here? And actually for this, I am going to pull out my phone for this because I was thinking I probably still have this logged. I still have the emails from back then, from February of 2023, well, 2013. So I'm going to pull those up real quick because there's also something I learned today which I didn't realize back then. So apparently I got hit with a 24-hour suspension. Not directly from Twitch. I guess Twitch enforced it, but I didn't know about this until today when I read it further. It was actually a DMCA takedown from Konami because they said that I had, I guess it was not only the stream, but I guess I archived it as well too. Just because I know you can archive streams on there. At the time, you could archive them for like a week or so. But either way, it said because I streamed and or archived material from this game that had not come out, Konami themselves were the ones who issued a DMCA takedown on my channel for that content. Now, why did they wait until the day of release? I have no idea. I can't tell you, but all I know is they issued a DMCA notice against my channel the day of release of the game. So they gave me, I got a 24-hour suspension from Twitch. And then going back to this now, that's when I had waited a week after that, and that's when I contacted Twitch support. So when I explained everything to Twitch support, they got back to me pretty quickly, and what they explained over here, I'm just reading it directly, was what you got was a DMCA notice from the copyright owner, which we have no control over. Honestly, I think I just forgot that detail. Either way, I just realized, like, today that, oh yeah, this was DMCA. Either way, going back to this, they sent it because you showed footage of a game early. This is one of the many reasons why it is a bad idea to show footage early, as the publisher and developers of a game can simply remove your channel if they wish. The 24-hour ban is their version of a warning on this issue. So I got back with them, and I said, hey, I understand. I apologize. I know what I did now. I was in the wrong for it. I didn't know. The problem is it's been well over 24 hours. 24 hours expired 6 days ago, and I still have this limitation on my channel. So they got back with me, and they said, I fixed that part. The 24-hour tag was not displaying properly internally. And at that point, I thanked them because I was then able to stream again. And I don't think I streamed again for a long while. Like, I didn't stream Metal Gear Rising, at least, just because I didn't feel like streaming it at that point. You know, it'd been over a week, so I didn't feel like streaming it there. But I know I streamed on Twitch a few times after that. But yeah, either way, that's what ended up happening. I thought that was kind of a little funny flub. Thankfully, you know, I really haven't used the channel aside from watching stuff and, like, chatting on other streams and stuff here and there. I don't actually stream on my Twitch channel, like I said at the beginning of this. But, yeah, I always found that to be a little bit funny. I guess, again, there were just situations with it where it's like, you would think the night on Thursday where I had a ton of viewers, I would get, you know, an admin coming in, but I guess no admins cared at that point. Friday, when I barely had anyone there, that's when an admin told me to take down my stream. And then Tuesday, the day the game officially released, that's when I end up getting a strike, or I guess, you know, an issue. I got, you know, a suspension on there, you can say. And yeah, that's the only part where I say it was Twitch's fault slightly, just because it was supposed to be a 24-hour suspension, and they just never lifted it properly for whatever reason until I reached out to support. Either way, my Twitch has been in good standing for a long time now, but again, I don't use it, so it's fine. But yeah, that's been the story of how and why and what happened when I got to spin it off of Twitch. If you enjoy stories like this, let me know. I guess Lily wanted to come in here at the end and kind of just show herself, so. Hey Lily, how's it going? Yeah, I get it. It's crazy to think when all this happened, that dog did not exist in this world. Like, I'm not even saying that like a dire way. Like, she was not born when this story happened. It was that long ago. It was a while ago. Anyways, that's about it for this video here. If you enjoyed this video, a like would absolutely be appreciated. If you didn't like it, a dislike is fine as well, too. But anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone.
Trophies mounted up like animal heads with the
I get so, yeah, my glass house,